I'm Mollie Meyers.
And I'm Karl Meyers, and we've been going to City Church since its first birthday, so 14 years.
Hospitality to me would mean sharing what you have with anyone who might need it, and being willing to be interrupted by that, because what we've found anyways, hospitality is not something you can always plan for like a party. Sometimes it's an opportunity that shows up at the worst moments.
Sometimes it's in sharing a meal with others, sometimes it's sharing a room, sometimes it's sharing a hug or a smile. So that's hospitality.
From my family, we grew up in the country, and so there was just a lot of community where you cared for one another and you looked out for one another. And so I saw that over and over, in my life growing up. And then to be able to channel that as I got older and see how our family could do that, and then rope my family in like my family roped me in, to see how that worked. And for my poor family, sometimes that can be hard because there's an underbelly to serving as well as the blessing of serving.
Sometimes we go down that road kicking and screaming quietly, but it's at the end of the day when we serve, we are always blessed. Some people, God just speaks in their ear gently and he gets their attention. Some of us, it takes a lot more to turn our heads toward him. I survived a huge storm, a volcanic eruption, and a terrorist attack in 1 week. And it changed my thought processes from my life has no meaning, no purpose, to there must be a purpose. And so that purpose is to serve, right? He says, love the Lord your God with all your heart and soul and mind, and love your neighbor as yourself. And loving your neighbor as yourself is showing hospitality to those around you.
Serving is something that we do, so we don't recount a lot of the stories around it, because it's like, what did you have for breakfast last Thursday? Unless you eat the same thing every day, you don't know. So this is just our life. So they're not, we have to really stop and think sometimes about that. But recently, I served with Filling the Void and have been with him for a number of years. But we were doing an outreach with a church group from Kirk of the Hills and a bunch of young people. And we encountered a lady way over by this hotel apartment thing that is kind of known as a brothel. And we approached her for, if she wanted something to eat and if we could pray for her. And she didn't have any shoes, and it was cold. And I asked her what size she wore, and she said 7.5. So I'm like, I take my shoes off and I hand them to her, because I'm like, I have shoes. I have more shoes at home. I can buy more shoes. And I didn't know it, but a young lady was watching all this unfold. And then when we had our big Filling the Void 20th anniversary thing, she shared that story and about how that impacted her. And I thought, I had no idea anybody even saw that happen, but that's kind of a perspective from the gospel bringing somebody in, and the gospel touching somebody who's already a believer but maybe does something. But she said after that, and this blew me away, but she said, that made me want to do things like that.
Everything that is his. From the clothes we wear to the next breath that we take. And he is generous and kind and good to us. I believe in my heart of hearts that he'll give us the desires of our hearts if they serve his purposes, if we share these gifts with others, and if we take proper care of them. I
love the culture here. When you close service and you go out and you be the church in the community, yes please, I'm in. To me, that's like extreme church hospitality.
Love Tulsa Sunday is an opportunity for the church to get out of the four walls and go actually engage with the community
and maybe change their mind a bit about the view of the church.
Yeah, well, that was the objective when it started. God is sovereign. It is all his. We're going to leave here and we're not taking anything with us but our experiences. And then if you understand that we're just stewards for a short period of time, we should do the best we can with the gifts that we're given.